Hello once again, and thank you for choosing KLTV as your source of local news. I'm Dave Hodgson. Welcome to our weekly newscast. First, the headlines. The weekend saw 2 machete attacks in Huddersfield, both victims being hospitalised. A machete is found in a local canal by detector enthusiasts. One firm faces court charges for failing to move a pile of rubble, and another takes its first steps in removing a very different pile of rubble. And the first signs of how Brexit vote may affect us in Kirklees sees shop workers in Cleckheaton facing redundancy. Top story. The Thornton Lodge and Birkby areas of Huddersfield have both suffered machete attacks last weekend. In the first, a 17-year-old youth sustained serious hand injuries when assaulted in Arnold Street, Birkby. The victim was taken to Huddersfield Royal Infirmary. He is reported as being in a stable condition, but his injuries have been described by a police spokesman as life-changing. The second victim, a 32-year-old man, made his own way to hospital after the attack, where police were alerted. The victim was admitted into hospital for further treatment, but is described as being in a stable condition with non-life-threatening injuries. It is not yet known if the two incidents are linked, and police are appealing for witnesses to come forward. The first incident took place on Saturday between 5 and 6:30 p.m. The one at Birkby last Sunday between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. If you were in either area at those times, the police would like to hear from you to put together investigative information. In another incident, a group of metal detectorists were somewhat taken aback whilst magnet dredging in the Huddersfield Broad Canal last Sunday. When their equipment surfaced, a machete, which was immediately handed in to police, came into view. As of now, the police have not commented on the find, and the machete appears to have no connection with the two attacks.
However large or small your business, attracting new customers requires dedication and a lot of patience. Just like fishing, but you also need the right gear. Rods,
reels, lines, hooks, sinkers, lures, tackle box, tackle bag, net, bait, gas, gloves, clothes, pocket knife, wrench.
Or you could simply advertise with KLTV. Online, grow your business and your clientele. KLTV, your vision made reality. Should have gone to KLTV.
Local skip hire firm, the Hunter Group, appear to have secretly abandoned their former work base in Lockwood. The beleaguered firm was already in difficulties, being at the centre of an enforcement action. Now, council officers and the Environment Agency have launched an investigation into the Lockwood site. Described by locals as a stinking mess, Councillor Andrew Cooper has demanded immediate tough action against the firm and confirmed the situation was still being investigated. The entrance to the site is padlocked and all vehicles have been removed. Contractors have now been called in to clear the huge mountain of waste and rubble that has been piling up there for weeks. In their own defence, the Hunter Group have stated that they had sold the base a month ago, but when asked, they were unable to supply a name for who had purchased it. The firm faced prosecution 6 months ago for ignoring an order to clean up their act, and now both Kirklees Council and the Environment Agency are considering further court action. A much more legal giant mound of rubble is about to disappear in central Huddersfield, as the torn down masonry from the old sports centre, 2 12-storey blocks of flats and workshops is about to be removed in the final phase of demolition and the levelling of the site. No decision has yet been taken on the final fate of the Southgate site though. And finally, job losses claimed to be as a result of the Brexit situation have begun in the retail trade locally, with Morrison's closing its My Store in central Huddersfield and Sainsbury's pulling out of a joint deal with Dansk, that's the Danish owner of Netto supermarkets. The latter will mean job losses in Cleckheaton with the closure of the joint store. Sainsbury's have decided to concentrate on the core business merger with Argos and not venture into the cheapest of the cheap market to compete with Aldi and Lidl. The £20 million venture will now be written off. Sainsbury's have said that they will do all they can to redeploy redundant staff. That's all the news that is the news this week. Hope to see you at the same time with more local news from our area next week. Thanks to the news desk and the KLTV crew for making this newscast possible. Dave Hodgson wishing you all that you wish for yourself. Goodbye for now.